Persona 5 is out! People are playing it! Like right now! It's out! People are playing it! Right now! Ah! So yeah, marvelous hello, friends and loved ones. As you could tell from my calm and collected demeanor, today is the day that Persona 5 is out in Japan. People in Japan are probably playing it right now, and importers are waiting to rip open their packages like it's Xmas freaking morning. Persona 5 is a pretty big deal, and people have been waiting on it for a long time. So to celebrate the game finally being out, I thought I'd provide a little look back at the history of Persona 5. I'm not going to cover every single thing, because we'd be here all day, but there are a few fun moments showing off Persona 5's wild ride. Our story begins in 2008. Obama wins the presidential election. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a thing that happened. And perhaps the most important event of the year, Persona 4 was released in both Japan and the States, with Atlus USA managing to sneak it out in December. Basically, since the day after Persona 4 was released, fans were clamoring for Persona 5, and in summer of 2009, we got our first taste of it. Sort of. The first rock thrown to get the Persona 5 beehive buzzing actually came from a pachinko news source by the name of 7 Rush. This was around the time the Shin Megami Tensei slot machine was coming out. They decided to be like, yeah, Persona 5 is going to be announced soon for the PS3. Despite the fact that there wasn't really any evidence to support this, it certainly got people talking. Skip ahead to summer of 2011 and we start getting a bit more information. Persona director Katsura Hashino talks about the game, confirming that it is in the works, and aside from him returning as director, other members of the Persona Dream Team were going to be working on Persona 5 as well, with Shoji Meguro doing the soundtrack and Shigenori Soejima once again handling the character designs. Now people were excited. This wasn't some random news source or minor leak, this was the director of the game itself saying it was in the works. But he also said the game won't be ready for a long time, and seeing as how he made that statement over 5 years ago, you can't say he wasn't being honest with us. And then, nothing happened. Seriously, for like 2 years, just nothing. But that all changed in 2013. Atlus put up a countdown site that was counting down to November 24th. There was going to be a big Persona event, and everyone was really excited for it. This was going to be it. This was going to be Persona 5. And finally, the big day came and we got official announcement of Persona Q, Shadows of the Labyrinth. And people were mad. For about 15 minutes, because obviously they also announced Persona 5 that day. It may have just been a small teaser with some chairs and a bit of English, but this was it. This was the first official confirmation of Persona 5, and we got our first look at the release schedule of Winter 2014. Missed the mark a little bit there, but that's okay. On September 1st, 2014, when many fans were getting ready for the game to be out soon, Atlus gave us another teaser trailer. This time giving us our first look at the protagonist of the game, and a lot of people really fell in love with this guy. I'm certainly a fan of the design myself, but the big news of this teaser wasn't that we were seeing the protagonist for the first time, but that the game was going to be released on the PS4 as well, and that it would be coming out in 2015 now, which was understandable with the PS4 version coming out and all. The first genuinely huge announcement for Persona 5 came in February of 2015, when Atlus was broadcasting a large show set for the 5th. And they did not fail to deliver, as this was our first official trailer of the game. We got to see gameplay, graphics, some of the other characters. There was a lot to take in here. While there were a number of screenshots and announcements following this event, including a second exclusive trailer that was packaged with Japanese copies of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, the next major event came later that year in anticipation of the Tokyo Game Show. And while at the show they did deliver an absolutely stellar trailer, giving fans so much of what they wanted to see, we all saw how that ended. Yes, Persona 5 had been delayed for a second time, with a Japanese release date set for summer of 2016, but hey, we had another awesome trailer to gush over, right? Now once again, the game was delayed, but we had a lot more information to go off of. We knew who some of the personas were, we learned a bit more about these party members, about the gameplay. It wasn't a bad time. But then came the day. The wonderful, special, glorious day, the greatest day for the history of Persona 5. May 5th, 2016. otherwise known as the day we got to meet Futaba Sakura, the cutest and most adorablest character ever. Oh, right, and they also finally confirmed a Japanese release date of September 15th, 2016. I guess that's cool too. Kinda cut it a little close on that summer 2016 thing, eh, Atlas? Now, that was great news for Japan, but what about our end? Well, on June 7th, Atlas USA put our fears to rest by confirming that Persona 5 would be released for both PS3 and PS4 on February 14th, 2017. And to soften that blow, they threw out a pretty amazing special edition for the game too. Since then, it's been a fairly steady stream of gameplay, mechanic teasers, character highlights, and information getting us prepared for the game to finally be released, even launching an anime tie-in prologue, The Daybreakers, which launched on September 3rd. And now, it's finally here! Persona 5 has certainly come a long, long way since that initial pachinko publication rumor. There have been delays, upgrade, and lots of waiting, but it's finally here in 2016, the 20th anniversary of the entire Persona series, and I couldn't be happier. It just feels right. So, to anyone out there who's playing it right now, I hope you enjoy it. Please do not spoil it for anyone. A lot of people have been waiting a long time for this. And for the rest of us, I look forward to waiting through these next 5 months with you. And until next time, take care.